What's up, everybody? This is DIB Sports. Finally got a first fan question by Scott Fultz. And he writes, DIB Sports, Dub fan here. If people call my team a win a fluke because of Kevin Durant move, what do you think I should tell them? Number one, I'll just tell them to kick rocks because you know what, my team won, so suck it up. Number two, when you win 4 games in a row to win a series, that's not a fluke. The better team won. A fluke is something like the March Madness. The best team don't always win in March Madness, and sometimes the best team may have a bad game in the middle of the tournament and they lose. Does it make them the worst team? No, they just lost that day. But you know, March Madness, that anything could go fluky. A team from like DeVry University could beat Duke. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a fluke to me. That's why March Madness is amazing because there's no predictability. But in a series in the NBA, you can't fluke a 4 game straight, or 4 game wins. Now they're saying that the reason they won was Kevin Durant. Oh, of course, Kevin Durant was a big free agent move. I mean, if Cavaliers had Kevin Durant, they will blow out the Warriors. So yeah, Kevin Durant was one of the major reasons why they won the series. But does that take away how great the Warriors were? No, because they did what's right for their team. They went after the best free agent as possible to make their team better. So it happened to be Kevin Durant. Now, I still think it was lucky for them to get Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant was available at the perfect timing. The timing was so perfect for the Warriors. They just lost the NBA Finals. Now, if they lost the NBA Finals, I really believe that they wouldn't have even looked at Kevin Durant for free agency. And who knows, Kevin Durant would have been with OKC, or he could have been with the San Antonio Spurs because San Antonio Spurs was interested, and also the Miami Heat. So I think if they won a championship that year in 2016, I think Kevin Durant would have went to stayed in OKC, or went to like the Miami Heat or Spurs, but he decided to go to Golden State. So everything worked out perfectly for them at the end. So it's not a fluke. So I tell everybody, stop crying because most people are crying are LeBron fans and Cavalier fans. And I put LeBron fans and Cavalier fans in 2 different categories because they're 2 different type of people. So if you're truly a Cavaliers fan, you're rooting for everybody. You're rooting for Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, and all those guys. J.R. Smith, of course, and LeBron James, who is the best player in the NBA. But then there's LeBron James fans who are very zealous. They follow him like LeBron James, like a side chick, and they get very emotional. Now, they'll tell you he did a triple dub, he did this, that, he's this, that, the first player to, I don't know, eat a potato chip and drop 25 on it in a quarter. But the one stat that LeBron James fans, and I mean the zealous ones, I'm not talking about like a normal LeBron James fan, which is hard to find. 90% of them are kooky, but they love to bring up stats. But the one stat you can't ignore are wins and losses. Now, wins or losses are from our team stat, but it's also come down to an individual. Game 3, to me, that was LeBron James' fault. You know, he had 2 opportunities to close out the game. They were up by 6, but turnover, not driving to the basket and try to kick it to Corver. When you're LeBron James, you're the best player in the world. You want to kick it to Kyle Corver in that moment. You don't do that, bro. And he wasn't open. Watch the replay. Steph Curry was all over him, and then Kyrie Irving, what the hell was he doing? Like, it was just a bad sequence, and they didn't close out the game. And to say that was a fluke, no. The Cavaliers had an opportunity to get Kevin Durant, even if they could twerk their roster to get him if they wanted to, but they didn't. They had an opportunity. Now, all the teams had opportunity, but it doesn't mean that they were able to get him. So, the Golden State Warriors they won the free agent game. That's how they beat the Warriors, not on just the court, but on off season. Now, the Cavaliers are trying to do the same thing now, and I don't see it happening. I think since their contracts are all jacked up right now, I mean, they overpaid Tristan Thompson and LeBron's major contract, and you know, Kevin Love's contract is huge, and Kyrie Irving and all those guys. I don't think they're going to land any of those free agents right now. So the question is, Kevin Durant move? Yeah, it helped him win the championship, but it wasn't a fluke. No, that's just pure talent against talent. So those guys who ever say, "Oh, it's a fluke," it's not a fluke. You're just mad because the Warriors did something. They one up you and beat you. So the Warriors are the champs. So what I would say is, number one, kick rocks. Anyone who's hating on Kevin Durant, hey, your boy's 3-5 now. Then also I'll say, hey, just step your game up because hey, Cavaliers did it in Miami Heat did it in the past. So why can't the Warriors do it? They're just mad because LeBron James, their favorite player, got beat. So tell them to kick rocks, man. I wouldn't sweat it. Hey, who's the champs? The Warriors. So kick rocks. And that's what I'll tell them. All right, thank you for your question. Have a good day.